going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? Balis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at 3 things now that the storm has settled after the match between PSG and Real Madrid. We're going to talk about exactly the reasons of why I think PSG choked at the Santiago Bernabeau. We're also going to discuss whether do I think the score line of 3-1 is actually realistic of the performances of the match, and we're also going to talk about whether do PSG have enough to turn around this score and go through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. This video is certainly going to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more toned down to analyze it with a keen eye, but if you want to watch a full emotional match review, then watch out my match reaction right away after the match. It was just, I think, 1 hour after the final whistle, so you're gonna get my first impressions on that up here. Just like always, guys, please remember to drop us a like, to leave us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. You know the drill, you get the deal, so let's get right to it. So first thing first, we're gonna talk about why do I think PSG choked in this match. Well, the main thing here is why did PSG didn't perform to the best of their abilities? Why did Unai Emery try to go a little bit more conservative after the 1-1, and why he didn't take the chance to just finish off Real Madrid? This is a mentality of a coach and not exactly of a team, because I think that Unai Emery had to do a lot in this one here by taking off Edison Cavani in the most crucial moment of the match. When they were already up and they were dominating the game, Unai Emery just completely took the foot out of the pedal and just let it slow down. The machine was trying to get a little bit more slower, trying not to break anything, and that's where he went wrong. He went for the cautious ride, he went for the trying to get the draw because it's a good result. That's bad. With Real Madrid, they smell blood, they're like a shark, they smell blood and they attack. And that's exactly what Zinedine Zidane did, and that's why do I think Zinedine Zidane deserve a really good praise for this one, because he saw that Unai Emery was taking the foot off the pedal, and then he just struck, putting inside Asensio and also put inside Lucas Vázquez, and that's when the match turned completely tight for Real Madrid. I gotta say that this mentality is for like the Europa League. I think that Unai Emery at this level of management, it's not a good example of a good elite manager, because he cannot manage the egos in a team like PSG. He cannot be doing this sort of tactics, because in a team like PSG, all the world-class teams, they go for it. They go for it no matter what. They try to win, and that's where I think it struck. Also, I think Unai Emery was filled with doubt. And that is something very clearly that transmitted into the PSG players, because they didn't know exactly whether to attack, whether to defend, whether the scoreline was good, whether they should try and return the ball, whether they should go for it, whether they should start counterattacks, whether they should go wide, go narrow. They were all over the pitch. That's where I think that PSG went wrong. That's the main reason I think they lost the match, because they were filled with doubt. Unai Emery went a little bit too conservative, and at the end Real Madrid just went for it. They went for it, didn't matter the result. They knew that at home they would get the best result possible, and they did. They got a 3-1, a very decent lead of 2-0, but taking it back to the Parc des Princes, it's gonna be surprising if PSG can actually get that result. Now, how do exactly I think that PSG can affront this match? How do I think that PSG can get a result? Will they be able to come back and actually turn around the scoreline of 3-1? I think it's possible, but they need to do something straight. And I got a very good reason why I think they can do this. And this is because they got no doubt. They got no moment to think about 2 options. They only got 1 option, and that option is to attack and to win. That's why they lost, for instance, against Barcelona previously at the Camp Nou, because they got a very good result initially, but then they could attack, they could defend at the Camp Nou. In the second leg, they didn't know exactly what to do. The game plan wasn't the same. There was doubt, and doubt is the main word, the key word here, because now that they're at the Parc des Princes, they only have 1 option. There's no doubt. There's only one singular thing they can do, and that is to attack, and it's to win. I think this is a good reason to say why PSG can win this. I think PSG normally in the league, like against Lyon, against Toulouse, they have only 1 option, and that's to win, because if they lose, they look pathetic. And in this turn of events, they only have 1 option again. They can only win. So they will do what they do best, which is attack, which is to attack, and which is to freaking attack. And if they score goals, I think it's gonna be very hard for Real Madrid. But the point also they need to do is have a clear defense. There's no reason why Thiago Silva shouldn't be starting this match. Probably Unai Emery thought that the agility and the youth of Presnel Kimpembe could be a good aid to try and attack people like Gareth Bale and defend against them, but in these certain situations you need your experience, you need someone like Thiago Silva. That's why I think that Thiago Silva should be starting this match. There's no reason why he shouldn't be. Really, there's not enough reason why he shouldn't be. Although Kimpembe played a very good match on Wednesday, I gotta say that they need a big profile player for this one, and think Thiago Silva could be that guy to leave them at the Parc des Princes with a clean sheet, because they may score how many goals they want, but they cannot concede. Conceding is gonna make this tie even harder, because they will now need to be scoring 4 goals, and that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, especially when you have a team like Real Madrid who is playing everything in that match. Another thing that PSG must take into account, and another thing that especially Neymar needs to do, is stop playing for himself. He only plays from Team Neymar. He only plays for him. There's no reason why Neymar should be doing this. He should have known from his time at Barcelona that the best way to win, the best way to be an amazing player is about collaborating and playing with your teammates. There's no reason why somebody in the world, in whatever thing you do, should be focused on competitiveness. The best way to achieve things in this world is by focusing, instead of competitiveness, instead of being the best that you can, is the best with others, being all about collaboration. Collaboration is the key in everything you do in the world, and I think that in this time around Neymar needs to really look at that. Neymar cannot go along trying to do all the flicks he knows how to do, all the tricks, trying to get past 8 players when he has Cavani open to the right hand side. Neymar is very good at that. Neymar is a sort of player who just creates unbalance. He's the player to be able to create unbalance to that defense of Real Madrid. His job as a player is not to score goals, really. The actual job of Neymar is to be this guy who just creates unbalance, breaks the defense, and then passes it to somebody who is open. That's exactly what Neymar did at Barcelona. That's why he was so good there and it improved, because he played into a profile which actually fits and suits his style of game. I'm sorry, Neymar, but actually you're not the kind of player to score like 20 goals, 30 goals a season, because you are an assister. You are a player who complements other players. You cannot be the leader. You can be the leader of a team by gaining the trust of your players, not by trying to be the best and trying to sign them off. And now, guys, one final argument in favor of PSG being able to turn over this score is that actually the performances of Real Madrid wasn't, amazing. They weren't like anything spectacular. They were kind of decent. They didn't get lucky either, but they are a good team. They got a team with hierarchy, with history, and that really takes you a long way. That's something that money cannot buy. However, like I say, they know how to win when they play good. They know how to win when they play bad. Real Madrid are a team like that. They're a good team all around the pitch. They're a good team. They know how to get out of dark alleys, and they really know how to shine at the end. And that's something that PSG needs to learn, but that's also something that can work in their favor. Because if they play bad, as we saw in the Bernabeau, there are moments where PSG just dominated the game. If they can achieve that for even longer and put the chances into the back of the net by playing with collaboration, by knowing exactly when to attack and not having doubt, that's why I think PSG, and that's when I think PSG will get a result and hopefully kick out Real Madrid out of the Champions League, because really it's gonna be very, very boring if they actually win 3 Champions League back to back. It's gonna be freaking boring for everybody who isn't a Madridista. That's gonna be everything for today, guys. Just like always, remember to drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. Make sure to make this channel a part of your daily routine. I've been your host for the day. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.